All right, y'all. We got a nice adventure planned for today. We're leaving Madison, Indiana, one of the most charming river towns in the Midwest, and heading out on a short road trip to Friendship. It's a small town, but for 2 weeks each year, in June and September, it becomes the heart of one of the most unique events in the state, the Friendship Flea Market. Leaving Madison, we're hopping on Indiana 56 North, then sliding over to Indiana 62 East. And let me tell you, the drive itself is half the fun. We've got curvy, winding country roads that feel more like a roller coaster than a highway, rolling hills that'll make your stomach drop, and farm after farm sprinkled across the landscape. Of course, no Indiana backroad adventure would be complete without a traffic jam in Canaan, because nothing says small-town living like waiting on a herd of people to cross the street. Oh, and just to keep things interesting, we take a little detour through China. Yep, you heard me right. China, Indiana. No passport required. This is Indiana at its finest, y'all. Quiet, simple, cornfields as far as the eye can see. And just enough fall foliage popping up to remind you that yes, the seasons do still exist. Out here, you can almost feel time slow down, as if even the clocks are taking a nap on the porch swing. Welcome to Canaan, Indiana. Population 205, median age 49, and apparently the cultural epicenter of Jefferson County. At least today. We had no idea we rolled in on the big event of the year, their fall festival and Pony Express mail run. And when I say traffic jam, I don't mean cars. I mean a herd of people strolling right down the middle of the road like they owned it. Move over, cattle drives. Canaan's got the pedestrian stampede. The festival itself had everything. A Pony Express reenactment, because FedEx isn't dramatic enough. A parade, live music, shopping, food trucks, pedal pulls, a frog jumping contest, baking and art competitions, and plenty of kids' games. Basically, if you can dream it up, Canaan probably turned it into an event. For a town of just over 200 people, they put on a festival that could rival places 100 times their size. Small but mighty, and apparently not afraid to throw a party that stops traffic. folks, our little backroad adventure from Madison to Friendship is just about wrapped up. We're rolling into Friendship now. How'd you enjoy the ride? Curvy roads, cornfields, and let's not forget our exclusive traffic jam in Canaan, courtesy of their fall festival parade. Only in Indiana can a frog jumping contest delay your travel plans. But that's the charm, right? Small town life at its finest. Now the real fun begins. Stick around and check out my video on the Friendship Flea Market. You'll see antiques, oddities, food that could make your diet cry, and enough vintage yard decor to light up the state. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.